In this video, I will be critiquing Aryeh's 4.79 average of 12. If you want to follow along, the scrambles are in the description. On this scramble, you did the correct layer on yellow, so you can insert this corner into here in one move, and then you have this 3 mover left. But your execution could have been better in my opinion, because you executed like this. Then you had to do a B move, and you execute the B move like this. You can also just do it with your middle finger. That's a bit more, gives a bit more stability. But in my opinion, there is a better way to execute it. That is to do a B move like this, and then insert like this. You can do the B move during the pickup, and then you can do it with an R2. So, and that's a lot faster. And then you have this. So you do a sledge to a U-perm, but after the sledge it seemed like you had a bit of a small pause and didn't go straight in the U-perm, so I would recommend to learn where the U-perm is so that you don't have to wait in between the sledges. On this scramble I did an okay layer, but again the execution could have been better, so insert this one into here. Then insert this one, and then for some reason you did a rotation to the arm move, and then insert it. But what you actually could have done is just stay here and execute it like this, for example. I would have done the layer differently, so I would have held it like this, did a B move, and then insert it like this. But there also is, if I could choose, I would have done blue here and done it like this, because in my opinion it is faster. Then as a last layer you had this O-perm, and here for some reason you did a rotation to white, which isn't necessary. You could just execute it from here, and here you did the right setup to O-perm. On the third scramble you did some weird layer on white. I don't know why, because there is a 5 mover on orange like this, a 4 mover on yellow, 1 move to this, and on red there even is a 3 mover. But what you did it from with a lot of rotation. So how I would do it without the weird rotations is insert this one into here, to this one here, then rotate, insert it, and do it like this. And then you had this case. It's good that you know an alg for this, but you like a pass in between the first 3 moves and the sledge and hedge. You can actually kind of do the rotation really fast so that you don't have to pass. On this scramble you had a pretty bad first layer solution. What I would have done is either do on green, do 2 moves to this case like this, or on orange to this. But what you did wasn't that good. You first start off by holding the cube like this and doing this, and then doing a rotation. But if you did it, you could have just done the move from the layer here and wouldn't have to rotate. Then you insert this one into here in 2 moves, then did this, and then rotated. So again you did a couple unnecessary rotations, and then you had this case, and it's good that you know an alg for this and execute it correctly. So on the 5th solve you actually missed the 4 mover on red, so when you do this move you have like a 3 mover. But your layer solution wasn't that good, and the execution had again some unnecessary rotations. So what you did, you inserted this corner, then this corner, and then did a rotation and inserted like this. But what you get, how I would have executed would be like doing this, then do a B move, then do these moves, and then here, I know you know advanced and you actually did the wrong execution. So here did sledge hedge to this. That's actually incorrect. What you have to do is do a sledge, then a hedge, and then a sledge. Here I did a good layer, but you again start from a weird angle. Did the first move like this, and then you had to rotate, but doing that is actually unnecessary. You can just start immediately on yellow and execute like this, and then you don't have to rotate. In here, after rotation, you actually messed up the sledge a bit, and here you were confused on where to do the sledge, so maybe focus more on knowing how to rotate to the next sledge, and then use the sledge here, edge, sledge. On this grandma you did a good layer solution. I would have done another solution on white. I would have done it one move to this and then execute it like this. What you did was it's also fine, so you do this. And then here again you use your both fingers, but you can actually just use one. And then you end up like this. You have to rotate, but you can actually just do it with an arm move like this. And then again you did it correctly. Here a sledge. And then it's good that you know the alg for this. On this Scramble you did a good layer, but your execution could have been better. My solution is a bit more tricky, but it can be faster when you're used to it. So you insert this coin to here, then did an R move, L move, R. But then you have to rotate. But what I would do in this situation, it's like this. So I would do a push like this, and then use my ring finger to pull, and go up like this. And that can be faster, and you don't have to rotate. And then you just have this, which is a hedge white sledge. On this scramble you decided to do yellow, but you also have on green some better options in my opinion. You can either do one move to this 5 mover, which you execute like this, or insert this corner into here in 3 moves, and then you have this 2 mover. But what you decided to do was hold your layer on top, and then do an F move like this, bring this down, and then bring this down, and then you have this 5 mover. But you could actually have just done it from with the layer on the left, like this, and that would have saved you some rotations. And then here, if you did this one, okay, so and then hedge, sledge, and this time the recognition was better for that case. On this scramble you did a correct layer, but your execution could have been better to avoid some rotation. So you started like this and then rotated and then did this move. But you can actually execute it from here, just like with start doing an R2 prime or doing a B. So one of those two is better than what you did. And here you did a sledge, and then you had a sledge hedge left. And what you did a sledge, and then you had to pass and do a hedge. But you can actually do it in like one motion. Do like a sledge, and then execute the hedge like this, and then it's like a lot faster. So I would switch to that because it would save you some time. Here you again didn't start with your thumb already on the layer that you were going to solve, so I would have done it like this. Do like a push with this finger, then do like a B move, and then end with an R. And here you actually did the same mistake with the open, where you did like an unnecessary rotation, while you can just do it from here. On the last game you did like an okay layer on orange, but there was a better solution. So how I would have done it, I would do like a B move during pickup, and then bring it over to here, and then you have this 3 mover. That would have been faster than what you did, but what you did was you took this corner out, then you insert it in here, and then you did like this, and then you for some reason rotate it to do it with your right hand. But you could actually do this insert and then do a push with your left hand, and that would have been faster. And here you started the sledge, I don't know why, but then you did the hedge, and the rest of the execution was good.
And some general thoughts about your solves. The main focus for improvement should be your first layer, because you are not always choosing the best option and you're doing like unnecessary rotations. A lot of times, sometimes you end up with a layer on top. So as a general rule of thumb, try to keep the layer you're solving on the left and put your left thumb on it. It isn't always the best, but it's a good rule of thumb. And to practice your execution and finding the layer, so the most effective way, in my opinion, to find the best ways to solve the layers is only doing like the first three moves of a scramble, and then try to find all the all the 3 move layers or 4 move layers on that scramble. And then for the execution, try to minimize the rotations as much as possible, and you can do this by practicing like a lot of layers and only time the layers. So do a lot of solves where you only do the layers, and when you find that you can't execute a layer that fast, keep doing it over and over until you are able to execute it fast. And if you improve your first layer, you can be sub 4 easily. So I would recommend doing that. And something else on your one of the solves, you did a suboptimal Ceres advanced case. You did 4 sledges while it's only 3 sledges. So I would go through the whole sheet and look if you are doing the optimal amount of sledges and hedges. And also, I noticed that sometimes you don't really know where you have to do the next sledge or hedge. And I would, for each set of cases, for peanut plus swirl, for example, learn where you have to do the next sledge after you do the first one, because that can save you some time as well. And it's nice to see that you are learning ALKs for the bad cases, because they are a lot faster. And just try to drill them maybe to improve the speed you can execute them at. I'm not sure if I will be keep doing these styles of videos. I'm first going to see what the feedback is, and if I'm going to do these videos again. The first couple of ones I will be doing, I will be reaching out to people themselves and see if they want to participate. So you don't have to leave comments asking if I would pick you or sending me messages. I will pick them myself for now.